In the dimly lit halls of an ancient mansion, where time seems to have stood still, a woman named Elena finds herself standing before a mirror that defies all laws of nature. This mirror, with its ornate frame and glass clouded by the passage of years, never shows her reflection. Each night, as the clock strikes midnight and the full moon casts a faint glow into the room, Elena approaches the mirror with a mix of curiosity and fear. Instead of seeing her own image, she observes shadows moving and whispering, as if something on the other side is eager to cross into the world of the living. Elena had inherited the mansion from her grandmother, a mysterious woman who had always been surrounded by rumors and legends. Elena's grandmother had been a solitary figure, spending most of her time in the mansion, immersed in ancient books and strange artifacts. When Elena was a child, her grandmother would tell her stories of spirits and parallel dimensions, stories that now took on a terrifying significance. The mirror, which had been in the mansion for time immemorial, seemed to be the epicenter of all those tales. Each night, Elena felt drawn to the mirror, as if an invisible force was calling her. The shadows moved with greater intensity, and the whispers became clearer, though still incomprehensible. Elena began to feel that something was trying to communicate with her, something that did not belong to this world. One night, as Elena watched the mirror, one of the shadows stopped in front of her. It was a tall, slender figure with eyes that glowed in the darkness. Elena felt a chill run down her spine, but she couldn't look away. The figure extended a hand, as if trying to touch the glass. Elena, without thinking, did the same. At that moment, she felt a cold draft and a sensation of emptiness in her stomach. The figure disappeared, and the mirror fell silent. Elena stepped back, trembling, and decided it was time to investigate more about the mirror and her grandmother. The next day, she headed to the mansion's library, a place filled with ancient books and dusty manuscripts. Among the shelves, she found a diary that belonged to her grandmother. The pages were filled with notes about the mirror and its history. According to the diary, the mirror had been a portal to another dimension, a place where spirits were trapped. Elena's grandmother had tried to close the portal, but something had gone wrong. Now, Elena felt it was her responsibility to finish what her grandmother had started. Elena spent days studying the diary and the ancient books in the library. She discovered that the mirror had been created by an alchemist in the 17th century who had attempted to open a portal to another dimension to communicate with spirits. However, the alchemist had lost control, and the spirits had become trapped in the mirror, unable to return to their world. Elena found a ritual that, according to the diary, could close the portal for good. The ritual required a series of ingredients and a specific chant. Elena gathered everything she needed and, on a full moon night, prepared to perform the ritual. She placed the ingredients around the mirror and began to recite the chant. The shadows in the mirror stirred more vigorously, and the whispers grew more intense. Elena felt a pressure in her chest, as if something was trying to escape from the mirror. She continued reciting the chant, her voice trembling but steady. Suddenly, the mirror began to glow with an intense light, and the shadows disappeared. Elena felt an immense relief, as if a huge weight had been lifted from her shoulders. The mirror fell silent, and she knew the portal was closed. However, the story did not end there. In the following nights, Elena began to feel a presence in the mansion. It was as if something had escaped from the mirror before the portal closed. One night, as she walked through the dark hallways of the mansion, Elena felt a cold draft and heard footsteps behind her. She turned, but saw no one. The feeling of being watched grew more intense, and Elena began to feel afraid. She decided it was time to leave the mansion and seek help. She headed to the nearest town and looked for an expert in the paranormal. The expert, an older man with a piercing gaze, listened to Elena's story with attention. He told her it was possible that a spirit had escaped from the mirror and was now trapped in the mansion. The expert offered his help to free the spirit and return it to its world. Together, Elena and the expert returned to the mansion. The expert performed a purification ritual, Walking through each room of the mansion and reciting ancient chants, Elena felt a different energy in the mansion, as if something was changing. Finally, they reached the room where the mirror was. The expert placed his hands on the glass and began to recite a final chant. The mirror began to glow with an intense light, and Elena felt a cold draft. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of the mirror. It was the same tall, slender figure Elena had seen before. The figure looked at Elena with sad eyes and then disappeared into the mirror. The mirror fell silent, and Elena knew the spirit had been freed. From that day forward, the mansion returned to being a place of peace. Elena decided to stay and take care of the mansion, honoring her grandmother's memory and ensuring that the mirror would never again be a portal to another dimension. The story of the mirror without a reflection became a local legend, and the mansion became a place of mystery and fascination for the town's inhabitants. Elena, for her part, found a new mission in life: to protect the mirror and ensure that the spirits trapped within it found peace. As the years passed, Elena delved deeper into the mysteries of the mansion and the mirror. She discovered more about her grandmother's work and the ancient rituals she had performed. Elena began to document her findings, creating a comprehensive journal that detailed the history of the mirror and the spirits it had trapped. She hoped that her work would serve as a guide for future generations, ensuring that the mirror's secrets would never be forgotten. One day, while exploring the mansion's attic, Elena found a hidden compartment in the floor. Inside, she discovered a collection of letters and documents that her grandmother had hidden away. The letters revealed that her grandmother had been part of a secret society dedicated to studying and protecting portals to other dimensions. The society had been disbanded years ago, but the letters hinted at the existence of other portals and the dangers they posed. Elena felt a new sense of purpose. She decided to revive the secret society and continue her grandmother's work. She reached out to other individuals who shared her interest in the paranormal and the occult, forming a new group dedicated to studying and protecting portals. Together, they began to investigate other mysterious locations and artifacts, uncovering secrets that had been hidden for centuries. Their work was not without its dangers. As they delved deeper into the world of portals and spirits, they encountered forces that sought to use the portals for their own nefarious purposes. Elena and her allies had to use all their knowledge and skills to protect the portals and ensure that they were not misused. They faced challenges and setbacks, but their determination never wavered. Through it all, Elena remained steadfast in her mission. She knew that the work she was doing was vital, not just for the spirits trapped in the portals, but for the safety of the world itself. She continued to document her findings, adding to the journal she had started years ago. The journal became a valuable resource for the society, a testament to their work and a guide for future generations. As Elena grew older, she began to think about who would carry on her work after she was gone. She looked to the younger members of the society, seeing in them the same passion and dedication that had driven her for so many years. She knew that the society would continue, that the work would go on, and that the portals would be protected. And so, dear friends, this chilling tale comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed telling it. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us what you thought. Your support is crucial for us to continue bringing you more stories of horror and mystery. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you in the next video.